I'm going on a trip. I'm going on a trip. Fuck, still not it? Oh, okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I'm going on a trip. So by now you probably understood that I'm going on a trip. The main point of me going is to run away from all the world virus stuff, you know, basic and simple. So I'll be going to the mountain area and be isolating myself even more. Believe it or not, I'm very excited to change my environment. Before I go on my little trip adventure, I need to pack. I don't want to make like just a packing video. I want to be helpful because... So I asked you guys on Instagram, hate saying that, if you could send me stuff that you're struggling with or things that you want advice on. You guys did. Rock and roll. You guys are awesome. We're gonna answer those questions right now. And hey, maybe I can help out. Maybe I can give some insight. I'm only staying like a week, so I shouldn't need much. But I hate packing. I hate packing. This is how I usually pack. Okay, I think I'm set to go. Fortunately, it's not that easy. I don't need a freaking stuffed monkey. It's a painful process, what can I say? I'm gonna start by putting everything on the outside because I easily over and underpack. When I moved to LA, let me tell you, I didn't have enough clothes. But when I came back, let me tell you, I didn't have enough room. I just try to be a little bit smart. I'm gonna start like by bikinis, that's the easier thing. Welcome to my clothing. Yes, I'm gonna be blinding some people. Oh, maybe I can guide traffic, you know? This way, sir. Bikini number 1. Bikini number 2. But before I grab my shorts that are in this drawer, I'm gonna answer a question. I like a boy and he doesn't pay attention to me. On dates, I can see him drifting off when I talk. Okay, that's a tricky one, and let me tell you why. If someone is not interested in you, like, why are they going on dates with you? My advice would be for you to go on dates with him a few more times. Like, give the boy a chance to like open up. So maybe there's something going on in his life, maybe there's just something that you don't understand or know about him yet. So see throughout the next few days if he's still doing that, or if it was just something about that day, you know? They could be just nervous too. His mind's like, okay, what do I see next or whatever. If those two things are not the case and he just doesn't pay attention because like he is bored or something, don't waste your time. I'm definitely just saying what I would do. And honestly, a final tip, communication, relationships, whether that's a friendship or not, is just the number one thing you should be doing. So tell him like, listen, what's up? Just because when you don't talk about shit, there's just so much that could go wrong. I don't even know why I kept this. Like, this is my mom's and it's like a friggin' Bermuda. I hate Bermudas and I don't know why I have this one. I'm trying to switch up my style a little bit, be a little bit more out of my comfort zone. I would try to wear it, but by the way, like I live in Rio, right? So everywhere it's basically pretty much fucking hot. So that's why I'm packing like bikinis and shorts. During the day it's probably gonna be warm and then throughout the night it's gonna be probably freezing because, you know, I'll be in a mountain area. So what I said, it didn't really make sense, but oh, is it a skirt? No, it's a short, or is it a skirt? So these pants are really fun and they are comfy as hell. So I'm gonna bring them. I feel like I don't need much else. Right? I like this guy, but he doesn't introduce me to his friends. It seems like he's hiding me. What do I think, personally? If he is not introducing you to his friends, and you guys are on like in that stage where, you know, I would hop off of it. I think before jumping to conclusions, what you can think about is, are you ready to meet his friends? Because I am the type of person that will sometimes be worried and concerned about things that I'm not even ready for, you know? That's just me, but... And then sometimes the guy will do the thing that I was expecting him to do, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? I'm not ready for this. If that's something you want to do, he's full ass hiding you, like then just leave. If he doesn't think that it's worth being seen with you, then what's the point, you know? One thing that I always do is I observe a lot. Even though sometimes the guy's not saying anything, or the girl or whoever, you can still observe the actions, because a lot of people also will say a lot, but their actions will prove you otherwise. So let's say this guy is saying, no, you're super important to me and I'm proud to be seen next to you and whatever the hell. But then at the end of the day, he's lying to everybody else. So I would say count actions more than words. Just don't invest in someone that is ashamed of you ever, because you might be feeling like there's something wrong with you, and let me tell you, there is not. What I'm just saying is just like, don't take anything less than what you deserve. Anyways, if he's hiding you, dump his ass. I'm trying to freaking stuff everything. Literally, I'm so good at packing. If you need packing services from me, I bet you're jealous of my packing skills. Should probably get some tops, so let's do that. Do you feel like you also have nothing else to wear? So someone asked, how are you coping with quarantine? We're still not allowed to leave the house. I don't know where you're from, but I'm from Brazil, and right now the situation is not good over here. So what I've been doing is, number one, I've been creating hobbies for myself, such as practicing the keyboard or practice singing or just things that I genuinely enjoy doing. When you find the things that you enjoy to do by yourself, you should ask yourself, like, what is something that makes me happy because I'm doing, not because of anybody else. And that is like not even for quarantine, just for life, you know. Número dos, I've been trying to schedule Zoom calls with my friends. That, I cannot tell you how much that helps me. Very connected to my friends. I miss them a lot. So just by seeing their faces, even though it's not like in person. The third thing I can recommend is creating a schedule to yourself. It doesn't have to be like a super strict one. It's just things that you're gonna do throughout your day, you know? So you wake up, you're gonna have breakfast. You kind of can cross them out of your list, and that makes it feel like the time is going by, things and getting things done. And finally, I have a notebook where I journal a lot. I talk, because that gives me kind of a perspective, knowing that I'll look back into this time and be like, I went through this. It's just a time to take care of ourselves. If there's any time to reflect, I feel like it's now. I don't let it take it over too much because I don't want to go crazy. Making peace with yourself, it's gonna allow you to enjoy the present time. I wore this top so many freaking times. I've been in a pink vibe lately, so I'm gonna pack that. You can see I'm very organized. I'm gonna just pack a lot of like t-shirts because that's so easy. We're going for a palette here, in case you couldn't tell. How cute is this shirt? It's so 90s, you can barely see it. Whether you believe it or not, I am actually gonna work out. That's also something I do to kind of cope. I know it can be so freaking hard, but read the top. Read the top. It says train hard. I hate this. Something I've been doing for a few months now is jump roping. Are you also the type of person that just loses socks all the time? Because I always have just one foot of each sock. Here you see two and here you see two as well, but I'm telling you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I need more socks? Probably 8. Now that I have most socks, how can you help being a teenager? I don't know like exactly what you meant. I'm assuming you're kind of going through something as a teen, and if I had a talk with my 16-year-old self, this is what I would say. First of all, do not care of what people are saying about you. A lot of people that do not know you will say a lot of shit, a lot of crap. Like back in my day, a lot of people would talk behind my back, and not people that were my friends. People that thought they knew me. People would look at me and be like, right, sweetie, please, you know, like shut the fuck up. What I should have done is cut those people off and be like, really? You think that? Okay, then you can go fuck yourself. But I didn't. I kept those people around for many, many years. I'm obviously human, like I make mistakes, but you shouldn't be making excuses to anybody to stay in your life just because you kind of like hanging around them. Which leads me to the second thing. As I said, I'm human, I make mistakes. So I would tell myself, you're growing up, you're 16, what do you expect to have like PhD in psychology and like understand every single aspect of life? You don't have to know everything yet. Do they know it all? Do they have every answer? Because if they do, then great, learn from them. But if they don't, then don't let people like try to tell you that you're wrong for growing up. The third thing, and that could go for anybody, be careful in who you trust. A lot of people in this life, especially if you're vulnerable, will try to tell you that they're your best friend. So for me, I would pick out my best friends and be like, these are my best friends. They're the best people I've ever met in my life. But were they? Not trying to shit on anybody, but were they? Observe how the people around you act. So if you think that there's something that they're doing that is disgusting, they're probably gonna do to you at a certain time. So you should just, you know what? There's just some people that you are better off. So a more light question is, what's the most interesting thing that happened to you this week? Listen, I'm probably at this moment packing to find Outer Banks to watch. If you don't know what Outer Banks is, it's a TV show. I recommend it. It's very entertaining if you're in need of distractions. And yeah, preparing for this trip. Yep. That's it. Nothing much. Okay, so these are the 2 last questions I'll be answering. Someone said, I feel hopeless. And then the other one said, how to deal with panic attacks. I could sit here for 3 hours and talk about so many ways that you could try to feel better, or the advice I can give genuinely is it's okay to feel hopeless. And what I say is it's important for you to feel these things and not to neglect them, because when you don't accept that you're feeling something and you're just like, oh no, I'm not gonna think about it, it comes back to bite you in the ass. So I would say let the bad feelings come, deal with them in that moment, and then be ready to let them go. But then again, it is important to feel it. That is about the panic attacks. My personal experience with panic attacks is awful. Why did I have panic attacks? Because I didn't deal with trauma that I had stored. And this is crazy to think about, because when you go through something, you're like, oh, but I dealt with that. I just let so many years of so many things, I just didn't deal with it. I pretended they never existed. And that's not the way it should go. So since I neglected so many feelings and even trauma, I started having panic attacks. There's just no way to live, you know? I was living some of my best moments of my life, and out of nowhere, I just would have a panic attack. If I just had dealt with it, hey, I need to deal with this with someone. Like, I need to talk about this. I need to explore this feeling and understand what happened to me. And I would be in a much calmer place, much faster. You know, everybody deals with things differently. So to me, it could take like 3 years to get over something. To you, it could take 3 months. It just really depends. But in my case, I just feel like if I talked about it before, I would be able to avoid the panic attacks. And believe me, I understand 100%. It's the most terrifying feeling. I'm no psychologist or psychiatrist, so I'm not gonna try to explain what a panic attack is. You can Google it for a little bit of like knowledge onto it. I would wake up scared in the middle of the night a lot of times. I spent a whole year waking up in the middle of the night. Like, my roommate would be like, what the fuck is going on? Because you wake up out of breath. And I'd be like, yeah, you know, whatever, I don't know, you know. And I did know. Deep down. I don't blame myself for 1 second for not dealing with stuff like that, because sometimes it's just not that easy. If I could go back in time, I would look for a professional to talk about these things with, and I would stay closer to my family. And I say family because friends can be great, but sometimes they will not be able to give the support that you need. Not because they're shitty, just because it's a complicated situation. You try to discover why are you having the panic attacks, because once you make peace with that one trauma, they will probably stop. Hopefully. It sucks because I really understand, and I wish I could like do something, you know, I don't know, but this is what I can do, I guess. Okay, my packing is done. I have a bunch of clothes, let me show you. I have this beautiful pile. I said I was gonna organize it. Clearly I did a great job, so I'm gonna put this in there. I also really need hygiene stuff like toothbrush and hairbrush and all the brushes there are. So I'm gonna put this in my bag and get my hygiene stuff ready. But I feel like I should end this video here because it's been a journey to talk about all this stuff. And I cannot stand me talking anymore. Do you guys have that too? Like sometimes you're talking and you're like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, you know? I hope this video helped you out in any way. I don't know, let me know if you like videos like this where I give advice. I love making funny videos. It's just that I just want to bring good vibes to the world. So I'm gonna surf, and yeah, now that I don't know what I'm saying anymore, I feel like it's a good time to end the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave your like, and I'll see you in my next video. I didn't want to end this on a normal note, so I'm just gonna tell a joke. Once upon a time,